Welcome to the session, dear students. In my last class, I taught you important constructions, that is construction of truth table, and also we learned all the type of compound propositions. So in today's class, we'll discuss different types of problems that appear in past board papers. So now, first we'll start with sample 1 markers. So we'll start with sample 1 markers. So what sort of 1 mark question you can expect from this chapter? The first type is they want you to write in verbal form. They want you to write in what? Verbal form. So write verbal form of the compound proposition. They gave the compound proposition. This is the compound proposition, P or Q. So now the first question, they want you to write in what? Verbal form. P or Q is the question. So now how to, all of you know the symbols. So let us just summarize the symbols. So this symbol stands for what? R. And similarly this stands for what? And implies means what? We'll read this as if, then. And similarly by implies we read this as if and only if and only if. So these are the symbols you should know. So this is R, this is and, this is if, then, this is if and only if. Now the question is simple. They want you to write in verbal form. You have to write in what form? Verbal form. They gave a compound proposition, P or Q. So now this is the question, P or Q. So what is P given? They have given in the question, what is P value? X is a real number. So in the place of P, you write X is a real number. They gave P, I am writing the value of P. And now after P, what is this symbol? The symbol is what? R. So X is a real number R. Q. What is Q they gave? Q, mathematics is easy. Mathematics is easy. X is a real number R. Mathematics is easy. So now I wrote this compound proposition given. They have given in symbols and I wrote in verbal form. The question is write the verbal form of compound proposition. What is the compound proposition given? P or Q. P means first statement what they give. X is a real number. In the place of P, write P. This symbol stands for R, so write R. Mathematics is easy. So now this is a verbal form. So this is one of the type of a question. So similarly, we have few more questions. So they told P, Q, R and they want this compound proposition. So in the second question, what is the compound proposition given? Compound proposition given is negation P and R. How to read this? Negation P and R. So negation P means not P. So what is P they give? X is a real number. Negation P means X is not a real number. X is not a real number. P is X is a real number, but negation P means X is not a real number, and this symbol stands for what? And Q. What is and R? What is R they give? R value is today is a holiday. So X is not a real number and today is a holiday. That's it. This is verbal form. So negation P and R. What is negation P? X is not a real number and today is a holiday. So how to read this? Negation P and R. So negation P means not P. P is X is a real number. Not P is what? X is not a real number. X is not a real number and R, today is holiday. X is not a real number and today is holiday. Then we have other question, that is P or R implies Q. How to read this? P or R implies Q. Implies, I taught you how to read implies. If, then. So this symbol, if I write, suppose if I write P implies Q simply, we read this as what? If P, then Q. So before implies we call it as first statement, after implies we call it as second statement. So now we have first statement P or Q. P or R implies Q. So before this, so if P or R then Q. How to read this? Because implies is there, we read this if P or R then Q. What is P they give? Px is a real number. So if x is a real number, if x is a real number, and what is this symbol? R. If x is a real number, R. What is the statement R? Today is holiday. If x is a real number, R. Today is holiday, or today is a holiday. After implies we call it as then. If x is a real number or today is holiday, then Q. What is Q? Q is mathematics is easy. Q. Then mathematics is easy. Then mathematics is easy. So it is simple. They wanted verbal form. We wrote in verbal form. How to read this? If P R R, then Q. Before implies, the statement comes after if. After implies, the statement comes after then. So just you should know how to read this. How to read this? If P, then Q. P implies Q andrenu. If P, then Q. Adhe tara, P R R implies Q. Read this as what? We read this as if P R R, then Q. If P R R means if x is a real number or today's holiday, then mathematics is easy. This is the verbal form. So now we wrote 3 compound proposition into what? Verbal form. So then to write in verbal form, you should know the connectives. What are the connectives? This is R, this is AND, this is if P then Q. This is P if and only if Q. So this is one type of question. They'll give the compound proposition. You have to write in what form? Verbal form. We have done it. Then sample 1 markers, they want you to symbolize. So in first type of 1 markers, we wrote verbal form. Now they'll give verbal form, you should write symbols for it. So symbolize. Symbolize is the question. To symbolize, select the connective and decide the statements. First, they give x is equal to 9 and x less than 7. This is the question. So here connective is AND. Before AND we have one statement, after AND we have other statement. First I will say P, the first statement P, 3x is equal to 9. And second statement after AND what we have? X less than 7. So now first I symbolize the statements as PQ. Then compound proposition is, so the symbol of the compound proposition is P and Q. That's it. This is the answer. First mention the statements. What are the statements given? A 3x equal to 9, call it as P. Second statement is what? X less than 7, call it as Q. Then write the symbol. Symbol is P and Q. So the final answer is what? P and Q. This is a compound proposition, or this is a symbol for the given statement, but you should specify what is P, what is Q. So we have symbolized the first statement. Then we'll go to the next one. If oxygen is a gas, then gold is a compound. So they gave a statement, if oxygen is a gas, then gold is a compound. Connective is if then. If P then Q. They have given if P then Q. First decide what is P. So first let me write P. P is what? Oxygen is a gas. P, oxygen is a gas. The first statement is oxygen is a gas. And write Q. Q after then ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಅದು Q ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. What is after then? Gold is a compound. Q, gold is a compound. Gold is a compound. Call it as Q. So now we wrote 2 different statements, and if then, connective is if then. So we'll write it as P implies Q. So this is the symbol. Therefore final answer is what? P implies Q. The compound proposition or the symbol of the compound proposition is P implies Q. How to read this? If P then Q. So here if P then Q means if oxygen is a gas, then gold is a compound. So first statement is P, oxygen is a gas. Second statement is Q, gold is a compound, and the final answer is what? P implies Q. That's it. So now we are done with symbolizing. Next we'll go for further symbols. That is next type of question, sample 2 markers. So now sample 1 markers we have done. In 1 markers what I taught you? They will give compound proposition, you should symbolize. Or they'll give symbols, you should write the verbal form. So now in 2 markers, they'll give truth values. final truth value of the compound proposition. So in the question they have clearly mentioned P, Q, R are propositions with truth value false, true, false. So first write what is given. So they have given truth values. P, they told P is true, and P is false, false, true, false. So P they gave false, Q they gave true, R they gave false. P, Q, R values ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. P false, Q true, R false. They want you to find the truth value of this. The question is, they want you to write the truth value of negation P implies Q or R. So they want truth value. Whatever is given, substitute. See, everything is given. Negation, I am writing as it is. P is what? They told P is false. So in the place of P, I'll put false, implies Q. What about Q? Q they told true. In the place of Q, I'll put true. Then R. What is R value they give? False. R is false. In the place of R, put false. That's it. So all of you know negation of false is what? True. And negation of true is false. So in my past classes I taught you negation of true is false. Similarly, what is negation of false? True. So therefore here you have negation of false. In spite of negation of false, I can write true. Implies true again, or false. Now you know the logic of implies. In implies, if first one true, second one false, result is false. Rest all other cases it is true. So true implies true is true. We constructed truth tables for compound proposition. There I taught you true implies false matra false ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ true ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So true implies true is what? True or false. Now finally we are true or false. So please understand, R means disjunction. What is the logic of R? If any one statement is true, result is true. So this operation is called as R. Here I taught you, if any one statement is true, then result has to be true. So out of these two, we have one statement true. True or false becomes what? True. So this is the final answer. So they want you to write the truth value. So they want you to write the truth value. For this, answer is what? Answer is true. So final answer we got true. What is the truth value? True. If you write truth value is true, that is your answer. So therefore finally your answer is true. That's it. I hope all of you understood. Repeat. Negation of P implies Q or R is given. They want truth value of this whole. So P they give false, I am writing P as false. Q they give true, I am writing Q as true. R they give false, I am writing it. Now negation of false is true, and true implies true is true. True implies false becomes what? True. True or false becomes what? True. So final answer is true. So this is a type of question where they'll give truth value of the propositions and they'll give a compound proposition. You should find the truth value of the whole compound proposition. Now we are done with truth value. Then they'll ask the other type of 2 markers, they'll ask you to negate. So negate means negation of this. For this, first you should know some of the important logically equivalent statements. So remember, negation of P implies Q, you should know. So this is a symbol of negation of P implies Q. Negation of P implies Q is always equal to P and not Q. Very, very important. What is negation of P implies Q? P and not Q. So therefore they want you to negate this. So we'll start answering this. Negate this means negation of the given statement. P implies Q implies R. This is the answer. They want you to negate, so I am putting the sign negation. So all of you know what is negation of P implies Q formula. Negation of P implies Q is P and not Q. So first one will be as it is. In spite of implies, it will become and not Q. Not Q means what? Negation of second statement. Second statement is Q implies R. Further, I have to apply negation for this. So P and, again negation of first implies second is first and negation Q. So here first, what is first? Q and not R. So this is the final answer. P and Q and not R. This is the final answer. So now we got the answer. So but if you want to negate, you should know 3 important formats, or we say logically equivalent values. Negation of P and Q. So when you negate P and Q, it will become equal to negation P and becomes R negation Q. What is the negation of P and Q? Negation P or negation Q. Second one, negation of P or Q if they give. Negation of P or Q if they give, it will be equal to negation P. In spite of R, it will become and negation Q. Simple. If I take negation inside, and becomes R, and each statement individually becomes negation. Negation of P and Q is negation P or negation Q. Similarly, negation of P or Q is negation P and negation Q. But last but important, that is negation P implies Q. Negation P implies Q is always equal to P. So first statement will not get negated. P implies will become and negation Q. These three statements can be proved by truth table. We can prove this by truth table. So but remember this third statement. What is third statement? Negation of P implies Q is P and not Q. What is negation of P implies Q? P and not Q. And that's why P negation of P implies this is P and not second statement. Again, if you want to negate this, negation of Q implies R is Q and not R. I hope all of you understood this. Okay, now we'll go to the next question. Negate the following. If a triangle is equilateral, then its sides are equal. So then its sides are equal means they give two statements. I can say given. So first we'll take what is given. What is given? If a triangle is equilateral is one statement, its sides are equal is other statement. So they give P implies Q. All of you know how to read P implies Q. If P then Q. They give if P then Q. So P implies Q. They want you to negate. Answer is, so I need to negate this. What is negation of P implies Q? What is negation of P implies Q? Just now I taught you is equal to what? P and not Q. Negation of P implies Q ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? P and not Q. P means first statement. What is the first statement? Triangle is an equilateral. A triangle is equilateral. A triangle is equilateral. I am writing the verbal form. And what is this symbol? And not Q. Q is what? Its sides are equal. So not Q means then and its sides are not equal. Its sides are not equal. So this is the answer for the given statement. So they gave if P then Q. Or in if P then Q means they give P implies Q. They want you to negate. Negation of P implies Q. What is negation of P implies Q? P and not Q. P is what? A triangle is equilateral. And not Q means its sides are not equal. That's it. So now we have done negation. So what is negation of P implies Q? P and not Q. They give, so I can also say they give if P then Q. They give if P then Q. When I negate, so negation of this is P and not Q. This is the answer, P and not Q. When you write P and not Q in verbal form, we'll get a triangle is equilateral and its sides are not equal. So by now we have done negation. So like this they'll give verbal form. Sometimes they'll give compound proposition in symbols. You have to negate. So to negate, if you know three formula, negation of P and Q is negation P or negation Q. Negation of P or Q is negation P and negation Q. Negation of P implies Q is P and not Q. Most important. Negation of P implies Q is P and not Q. Negation of if P then Q is P and not Q. Then we'll go for simple 3-mark questions. The sample 3 markers. In that, the first and simple type is they'll ask you to write converse, inverse, contrapositive. In my last sessions, I taught you how to write converse, inverse and contrapositive. First they want converse. Converse means reverse it. So converse, we'll write converse. Converse means reverse of the statement. They give if P then Q. First statement. This is a second statement. So interchange. Second statement you write as first and first you write as second. All of you know if P then Q kotra, if P then Q if they give. Converse. What is converse for this? Converse is reverse of it. For if P then Q, converse is if Q then P. If Q then P. Now converse of this is if second statement. If X belongs to A and X belongs to B, then X belongs to A intersection B. This is a converse. Converse means what? Interchange. So write the antecedent as consequent and consequent as antecedent. Nodi, if P then Q kotra, idakke if P then Q kotra, converse enagutte, reverse agutte. If Q then P agutte. So now the answer is, if X belongs to A and X belongs to B, then X belongs to A intersection B. After converse, they want you to write inverse. Inverse means what? Inverse. If you want to write inverse, inverse is negation of P implies negation of Q. So if I give if P then Q, if I give if P then Q, then inverse. Idಕ್ಕೆ inverse ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? What is inverse for this? If not P, then not Q. Inverse is if not P, then not Q. Similarly, what is the inverse for this statement? If not P means what? If X does not belong to A intersection B, then negation of these two. All of you know it is in the form A and B. Negation becomes what? R. So if X belongs to A and B, then so negation of and becomes what? R. That is, X does not belong to A or X does not belong to B. So this is the inverse. Then they want contrapositive. What is contrapositive? Reverse and negate. Contrapositive is what? Reverse it and negate it. Reverse ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, negate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. That is, if negation of the second statement, X does not belong to A and becomes R, X does not belong to B, then X does not belong to A intersection B. Inverse means if X does not belong to A intersection B. Inverse andre if not P, then not Q. Contrapositive, reverse it and negate it. So now we have done converse, inverse and contrapositive. In the next question, the truth values of the proposition P R Q implies R R not S is false. They give this is false. They want you to find P, Q, R and S. So what is given? The overall value is given. So P and Q implies R not S. Idra value ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? False ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So they gave the overall value is false. So they have gave overall value is false, and they want you to find what is P value, what is Q value, what is R value, and what is S value. Interesting. See, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ compound proposition ನೋಡಿ. If you observe the compound proposition, they give implies. All of you know for implies, false. See, implies becomes false if first one should be true and second one is false, result is false. Result is false means first one has to be true and second one has to be false. So in my next step, I can say this whole thing should be true and this whole thing should be false, then answer is false. So therefore P and Q place should be occupied by true. And all of you know the logic for AND. Logic for AND becomes true if both are true. Only true and true is true. AND operationally, if any one is false, result is false. But illi P and Q ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ true ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. In the place of P and Q, if you are getting true, then P and Q is true means this implies P has to be true and Q also has to be true. So now I got P value and true Q value. Therefore P is true and Q is also true. Now I need to find the next slot. So here you can see this R not S. R not S has to be false. So true implies false, it will become false. So if your result is false, the first one is true and second one is false. Second one ಏನು? R not S. It is false ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, and you know this operation. What is this operation? R becomes false if both are false. R operation, all of you know, R operation is false if both the statements are false. False or false becomes false. So therefore R has to be false. And the second one means not S has to be false. If not S is false, that implies S is true. So therefore I got R value according to us is false again, and not S is false means S is true. So they wanted PQRS. I got the value of PQRS. So I'll repeat, overall answer is false. Overall answer is false means implies is false. I taught you if implies is false, then first one has to be true. First one means what? P and Q has to be true, and second compound proposition R not S has to be false. So P and Q, take it as true, and P and Q is true means both should be true. So P is true and Q is true. So we got two values. And R not S is false means the first one has to be false and second one also has to be false. Then only result will be false. We got result false. So both should be false. R is false and not S is false. Not S is false means S is also false. So this is another kind of question. What is given? They gave the overall value. So for this whole statement they gave false. Then you should find individual propositions. So PQRS truth value you should find. We got the value. Then this is a type of 3 marker. Other than that, we have sample 3 marker. The compound proposition P implies Q or R is false. Means again they gave overall result, and then you should find PQR. So now I'll start with this. P implies Q or R. They gave result is false. Just now I taught you result false ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ implies ಅಲ್ಲಿ this has to be true and this has to be false. So therefore P is true. We got one value. QRR has to be false. QRR has to be false means you know R operation. In disjunction I taught you QRR becomes false if and only if both are false. So Q is also false and R is also false. So they wanted 3 values. P, Q, R, we got all the truth values. P I got true, Q I got false, and R we got false. This is the answer. They gave overall answer is false. So overall answer has to be false means first one has to be true and second one has to be false. What is first one? P. P is true. And QRR has to be false. QRR has to be false means both should be false. You know logic of R. Logic of R is if both becomes false then only result is false. So because result is false both has to be false. That's it. Now these are the type of question, and the other simple questions what we learned in the past classes, construction of truth table. So they want you to construct truth table for the following. This is also standard 3 markers. You see the components negation P and negation Q. They want truth value, truth table. So how to construct truth table? P you take, Q you take, then negation P you take, negation Q you take, then write negation P and negation Q. So now construct the truth table. So all of you know truth table means write the components as columns, then fill the truth values. So now what are the possibilities? Both may be true, or P may be true and Q may be false, or P may be false and Q may be true, or both may be false. These are the possibilities. And not P. Not P means negate P. So negation of P means negation of true is false, negation of true is false, negation of false is true, and negation of false is true. Negation of Q means not Q. So if Q is true, write it as false. If Q is false, write it as true. True becomes false, false becomes true, true becomes false, false becomes true. Now negation P and negation Q. For these two operate AND. What is the logic of AND? If any one statement is false, result is false. So both are false, so result is false. Here both are, any one is false, so result has to be false. Out of these two, one is false, result is false. Here both are true, that's why result is true. So this is the other type of question. They'll give compound proposition, you should construct truth table. They'll ask you to construct truth table. So in 3 markers, one type is they may ask converse, inverse, contrapositive. And the second type is they may give the overall truth value of the compound proposition, you should find the truth value of components. Or they may give truth value of component, you should find the compound proposition of, you should find the truth value of compound proposition. Or they may give a compound proposition, you need to construct what? Truth table. So by this we have completed what is called as 3 marker questions. In today's class I taught you sample 1 markers, 2 markers and 3 marker questions. So in coming class I'll be teaching you standard 5 marker questions. So thank you for attending my session. I'll see you in my next class. Thank you.